Many of us think keeping certain foods in the fridge is a great way to keep them fresh. But it turns out some foods are better off stored elsewhere. We'll explore why refrigerating these common items can actually do more harm than good, and reveal the potential health risks involved. Did you know that storing certain foods in your fridge can actually do more harm than good? That's right, not everything benefits from the chill of your refrigerator. From surprising spoilage risks to the science behind flavor loss, we're exploring the do's and don'ts of food storage. Ready to rethink how you use your fridge? Join us as we delve into each food, supported by the latest research and expert advice to make your kitchen habits both savvy and safe. Let's embark on this culinary journey together. Your kitchen will never be the same. Please note, the information in this video is for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional medical advice. Let's start with bread, refrigerating. Bread might seem like a good way to keep it fresh, but it actually causes it to go stale more quickly. The cold temperature speeds up the process, where the starch in the bread changes, resulting in a hard and dry texture. Moreover, faster staling might result in eating bread that's past its prime, which could expose you to mold that's not always visible. To keep your bread fresh and soft, store it in a cool, dry place instead of the fridge. If you can't use it up quickly, freezing is a better option to maintain its quality without accelerating staleness. Tomatoes' texture can vary greatly based on how you store them. If you put them in the fridge, they can become mealy and lose their flavor. Do your tomatoes taste bland? Science says it's because they shouldn't be in the fridge. When tomatoes get cold, a few things happen that ruin their taste and texture. First, the cold stops them from ripening. Ripening isn't just about getting softer, it's when acids, sugars, and aromas develop, giving tomatoes their perfect taste. In the fridge, this process stops, leaving the flavors unfinished. Second, the cold damages the cell walls inside the tomato. These walls hold the fruit together, and when damaged, the tomato becomes mushy. Melons usually do best when kept outside the fridge. Once refrigerated, they can break down and become powdery and grainy. To maintain their flavor, store them at a room temperature. However, after cutting, keep them in the fridge for 3 to 4 days. Garlic shouldn't be stored in the fridge. The low temperature can damage it, making it unusable. After buying garlic, remove it from the packaging and keep it in a cool, dry place. Storing garlic in the refrigerator can cause problems due to the cold and moist environment. Garlic likes dry conditions, and the fridge's humidity can make it sprout early. When garlic sprouts, its flavor becomes more bitter, and it can lose some nutritional benefits. Bananas are a tropical fruit that doesn't thrive in the cool climate of a fridge. In fact, the cold can make them turn black faster. When buying bananas, choose ones that are slightly underripe so they can mature perfectly at room temperature in your kitchen. Potatoes are everyone's favorite because of their versatility. Don't be placed in the fridge. Cold temperatures can break down the starches. Storing potatoes in the fridge is not a good idea, and science backs this up. Research, including a study in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry, shows that cold temperatures turn the starch in potatoes into sugar. This process, called cold-induced sweetening, makes potatoes taste overly sweet and affects how they cook, leading to an undesirable color and texture when fried or roasted. Additionally, high sugar levels in potatoes can cause the fridge. The chilly conditions of a fridge can make onions soft and more prone to mold. This occurs because the fridge's moisture disrupts the onion's natural dry outer layers. Butter. There's nothing more frustrating than trying to spread rock-hard butter. Fortunately, you don't have to endure that. Depending on the temperature, you can store butter on the counter, covered for up to a week. Butter can also be stored in a butter dish with a lid or a butter bell to maintain its quality and prevent contamination. For longer-term storage, refrigerate or freeze the butter. When frozen, butter can last up to a year without losing its flavor or texture. Just remember to wrap it tightly to prevent freezer burn and maintain its taste. Keeping coffee in the fridge might seem like a good way to keep it fresh, but it can actually make it worse. When you take coffee out of the fridge, it quickly warms up to room temperature, and this causes moisture to form. This moisture can also pick up odors and flavors from your fridge, so your coffee might end up tasting like old leftovers. Plus, the beans or grounds absorb this moisture, which can ruin the oils and flavors that make coffee taste good. These oils are sensitive to changes in the environment, so keeping coffee in a cool, dry place is the best way to preserve its taste and aroma. Nuts. Nuts, rich in healthy fats, proteins, and vitamins, make a nutritious snack. However, storing them in the refrigerator can actually be counterproductive. In the cold, the natural oils in nuts can solidify, which alters their texture and flavor. Did you find it helpful to learn which foods should stay out of the fridge? Let me know. Do you keep any of them in your refrigerator? Please comment below.